US President Donald Trump has labelled Canada's Prime Minister two-faced after video of Justin Trudeau and other world leaders appearing to laugh about the American president went viral. The row came at the end of NATO's 70th anniversary summit in London, where leaders agreed to label Russia's actions as a threat to Euro-Atlantic security.
They don't always march to the same beat, and disagreements were expected at this NATO meeting. But the source of tension came as a surprise. It was this caught-on-camera moment starring the leaders of Canada, Britain and France. Donald Trump wasn't impressed with his Canadian counterpart.
Well, he's two-faced.
Do you think that Germany is too naive?
And honestly, with Trudeau, he's a nice guy. I find him to be a very nice guy. But, you know, the truth is that I called him out on the fact that he's not paying 2%, and I guess he's not very happy about it.
The president was then caught out on a live microphone himself.
That was funny when I said the guy's two-faced, you know that.
Justin Trudeau played down the conversation, insisting the jaw-dropping moment he referred to was President Trump's surprise announcement of the next G7 summit venue.
Last night I made a reference to the fact that there was an unscheduled press conference before my meeting with President Trump, and I was happy to take part of it, but it was certainly notable. And I've had a number of good conversations with the President over the course of this day and yesterday.
Emmanuel Macron blamed the cameraman.
Je n'ai pas l'habitude de commenter des vidéos volées.
As for the host, he simply denied having a laugh at President Trump's expense.
That's complete nonsense, and I don't know where that's come from.
The bickering between leaders was written off as nothing unusual.
There has been disagreements in NATO as long as this alliance has existed. We are 29 different countries from both sides of the Atlantic with different history, different geography and different political parties in power. So of course there are differences. Anything else would be very strange.
While Boris Johnson declared the summit a success.
It was agreed amongst all of us that 70 years after its foundation here in London, it is absolutely true to say that NATO is the most successful alliance in history.
Leaders agreed that to stay secure, we must look to the future together. They promised to continue to address in a measured and responsible way Russia's deployment of new intermediate-range missiles and to ensure the security of our communications, including 5G, recognising the need to rely on secure and resilient systems. After threatening to veto NATO's plans to defend Baltic states if leaders didn't accept Turkey's designation of certain Kurdish groups as terrorists, it appears President Erdogan backed down.
It was a very good meeting, I think. We discussed Syria, we discussed the Kurds, we discussed numerous things, and we're getting along very well.
Donald Trump's focus on personality over policy can make him unpredictable at these global gatherings. This summit achieved far more than many had been expecting, but it's likely to be remembered for one not-so-private conversation in a palace. It prompted the president to make an early exit. After talking to reporters for hours over the last 2 days, he cancelled his final press conference and headed straight home. In London, Ben Lewis, SBS World News.